Welcome back, everyone. So today we've got this stone pine, or as it says, Pinus Pioneer on here. I had to actually Google that when I was at the shop. So this, as you can tell, is kind of like a Christmassy kind of buy. The past couple of years I've been buying Picea, you know, when the Christmas reductions come in, because obviously not everyone likes potted plants for Christmas, and you can usually find yourself a bit of bargain. It's was £7, it's actually half price. Bought £3.50. So yeah, let's get into this one. I think I'm gonna have to do a top down version of this because it is quite high. It's actually reaching a little light that I have to film with. It won't stay that tall. Well, that's possibly going to be the end height of the tree eventually. Probably about 40 years down the line, but what we do is I'll bring it back down. I spotted an issue with it already, so let's go from there. So in here, you probably won't be able to see that well without good light, but there is a bit of inverse taper going on. That's caused by these branches kind of coming out here. This bit looks thinner than this bit up here. Always an issue when you get garden plants. Always a bit of an issue with pines, especially because they grow so slowly that trying to grow out that is going to be very hard indeed. And what I'll do is I'm going to cut some of these branches off down the bottom. Now this isn't exactly a pruning video. This is actually a wiring video, if anything. But to be able to wire what I want to wire in the way that I want to wire it, we have to remove some stuff. So yeah, there you go, you can see that a little bit there. Now on certain angles it doesn't look too bad. I'll probably get away with it, and over time this should thicken up anyway. Now I've removed them branches from there, so we'll go from there. So you know, this structure here is kind of ideal where it's stepped. It's just when you get a couple of branches in one place, and pine seems to do that a lot. This stone pine doesn't actually have many of them, to be fair. They're called bowls, I suppose. Say it's out of here for now. Yeah, as I say, this one doesn't have many for now, but we'll see going into the future. I mean, this I am thinking of making into a literati style more than anything. So, you know, quite a plain trunk all the way up with some funny shapes and then foliage at the top. So now just bring you up a little bit. The problem is we are in the middle of winter here, so, and I know next week it does get very cold, and though pine are very hardy, and these are super long, I'm not going to need any of them. I'm a little bit reluctant to just start cutting everything back. It might look good for the YouTube video, but it ain't going to be good for the tree. And at the end of the day, we like to try and keep trees alive around here. So wire-wise, I do have a little booklet of wires, which does help for situations like this. Now I don't know if I've got enough, number one, because usually this is something I buy January time. I kind of buy it with all the soil ready for repotting. I don't know if this wire's going to be strong enough to actually move this. I might need two of them. And yet I am kind of going through the root ball, which isn't a great thing to do. Realistically, you want to find a proper tie down for it, but this is kind of what I've got for now. So obviously the thicker the wire you're using, the harder it is to move about, and try and maintain good wiring procedures, should we say. But I will try my best. Now the videos have slowed down a little bit again. I know I posted one recently, but they have slowed down a little bit, and it's mainly due to my work. You know, I work in hospitality, so this time of year is absolutely crazy. I actually work the Christmas period. Luckily with my work, you get to pick one or the other, so I'm now off for 4 days, so I've got plenty of time to mess about my trees a little bit more and spend some time with them. It's actually New Year's Eve right now. I'm not sure when I'll be uploading this video, but yeah, I've got some time. And of course, being winter, although it's only 4 o'clock, it's already dark outside, so everything to do is work inside. Now, of course, the best advice is not to trap any of these needles. The needles on the trunk I kind of would pluck away, normally anyway. I'm not going to do that right now because I've learned some stuff with pines over time, right? And it might seem like a really simple thing to others, but pines were kind of elusive to me. Let me just change the angle here. Yeah, pines were kind of elusive to me a little bit. In the fact that I didn't really understand how they grew. I always understood deciduous trees and even junipers to some extent and evergreens. But pines were always the one that confused me a little bit. You know, single flush and different types of pines and how they work, and you know. So I've kind of recently discovered, and obviously, you know, different types of pines are different as well, but I recently discovered that Scots pine that I've got outside, I plucked all the needles off of that on the early bits of branches on the trunk itself, and then I realised that it actually needs a needle there to be able to push a bud from there, really. If you leave the needles on this, at least you give yourself a chance to get a bud from that. So in terms of back budding, my Scots pine is a little bit sparse for that now, so now I've kind of stuck myself to that Literati style. And there will be a video coming up on that in spring. Just want to kind of leave it be for a little while. Now, this thicker wire, the thinner the branches get, the harder it is to actually get on. So at some point I do stop there. I'm just going to nip that off. These might do the trick. Little wire, cut a bit on the inside. There we go. Lovely. Okay, so that is the main trunk all wired up. Now we've got to see if we can actually move it. So that's another thing altogether. Okay. It is sort of going. Now remembering, you kind of want to go with the wire in the directions that you bent it. Otherwise you'll just create gaps, and that's where it can snip. Now I'm not going for mad kind of angles here, because if this is going to be a Literati eventually, I just kind of want a subtle bit of movement up to the apex, which is where, in all honesty, I might then bend it back down. And it's very hard to not just repeat movements that you've already made. Okay, how are we looking there? Let's have a look. Now, I know it's very hard to tell all this foliage in the way. Something with the trunk. Not sure, like the S shape there. A bit too much of an S shape going on. Maybe if I bend it this way more, and then come around tight, back up to here, give it a little twist in this section as well, and we can come off over here somewhere and back over. Okay, it's kind of 3D now, which is a good thing. I was wanting to be spiraling. It's not a great look for a bonsai tree, I don't think. So decisions. What I'll do. See what I can do. Right, back more. Bring this down here. Have that really exaggerated. Turn into there. You can come back over. Yeah, now that's more of a shape I like. Lovely stuff. Right, okay. So we're kind of there. I suspect the front is around there. Just mark that off quickly. Okay. Trunk bending 101. Now, obviously, these trees are kind of grown for a purpose, and then there's all sorts of roots and stuff hanging at the bottom. So it has obviously got a root ball in there. It's quite established. There's quite a bit of mycorrhiza laying around as well. So that is that. What I'm probably going to do is, I don't know whether to cut these branches back or not. Honestly think I'll leave it. Yeah, I think I'll leave that for now. Come back to it in springtime. I think that's probably for the best. See, I've always struggled to not kind of repeat shapes and, you know, do things that you always see in wiring kind of stuff. And, you know, this isn't the end product as well, right? That's what you got to mention. So I put these bends in, and they're quite slight, they're quite feminine in ways. This isn't going to be the end goal of the tree. We just take it from there, and in a couple of years we'll see how it goes. But yes, this is my stone pine for now. Quite a short little quick video. One more thing I've got to show you actually. So we always do Secret Santa work. One of my good friends bought me this bonsai starter kit. So obviously we know there's no such thing with bonsai seeds, right? Or I hope everyone does. These are more just normal tree seeds, and you know, to get any of these specimens would take you 50, 60 years of knowing everything about bonsai, so it doesn't always work like that. But these are great, like little kits just to sow some seeds, and you know, you get a couple of things in there. Let's have a look at this one. But yeah, I mean, you get some pots, you get some little tools, some cocoa coir, which is always quite handy. A few little extra tools, you know, little snippers. They can come in handy sometimes. Little shovels and this. Quite a good little set. I'll be sowing them soon. We'll see how they go, although I don't really have much luck with seeds. Last year Michelle gave me about 20 Brazilian rain tree seeds. Now, Brazilian rain trees are actually one of my favourite trees, or my favourite tree. I just never really have any to... I've never really had one, and in the UK here, trying to buy them is very expensive, so I tried growing them from seed, and unfortunately they all failed. I think it's the time of year. I tried to grow them in the winter, got a bit too excited. So yeah, maybe more rain tree seeds soon, and we'll try and sow them. Until then, thank you very much, and I'll see you soon.